Hello everyone, now we are going to start our next portion, estimating the sample size. Here the formulas are given, z equals to x bar minus mu upon standard deviation root n. When you want to find the error of the estimate, the formula will be just x bar minus mu. So new formula will be e upon standard deviation upon root n. Standard deviation will be 1 upon 4 into range, in case when they have given you the range of the two digits. Then n equals to z square into standard deviation square, that is your variance, population variance upon e square, or you can use the formula as a n equals to z square into p into q upon e square. In this kinds of the problem, most probably they will ask you to find out the size, sample size. See, the heading itself is the estimation of the sample size, so last two formulas will be very helpful to you. Exercise number 8.5, sum number 8.40. Determine the sample size necessary to estimate the mu for the following information. First one, standard deviation equals to 36, E equals to 5 at 95% confidence. Standard deviation equals to 36, E equals to 5 and 95% confidence interval. So alpha will be 0.05 divided by 2, so 0.025, then 0.5 minus 0.025, so it is 0.025. then you will check in the reverse order. Okay, this one will be the 0.475. then you will check in the reverse order, so your z value at 0.025 level will be 1.96. now you all know how to check the z value from the table. So now formula n equals to z square into population variance upon e square. So your z square is 1.96 whole square into population standard deviation is 36 raised to 2 divide with e, that is 5. So your answer will be 199.15. so sample cannot be in the point, in the fraction, so the answer will be 200. Sample will be total 200. Now option B, standard deviation 4.13, E equals to 1, 99% confidence interval. It means alpha will be 0.01. It will be divided by 2. So it will be 0.005, then 0.5 minus 0.005, so it is 0.495. then you will check in the reverse order, so your answer will be 2.575. now again formula z square population variance upon e square. Your z square is 2.575 square into 4.13 whole square upon 1 square. So answer is 113.1. So you can take as a 113, but here we will take as a 114. Then see, values ranges from 80 to 500. See, here range are given, so range will be, you all know the formula that you learn in the first module, highest minus lowest. So here 500 minus 80, so it is 420, right? Then error is to be within 10, E equals to 10, and confidence level is, confidence interval is 90%. It means your alpha will be 0.10 divided with 2, so it is 0.05, then 0.5 minus 0.05, so 0.45. you will check in the reverse order, so your z value at 0.05, it will be 1.645. now as you know the formula, population standard deviation is not given, right, but range is given, so it is 1 upon 4 into range. So your 1 upon 4 into range is 420. So the answer will be 105, your population standard deviation. Now n equals to z square population variance upon e square. So z square is 1.645 raised to 2 into standard deviation 105 raised to 2 upon E 10 raised to 2. So answer is 298.3. So sample will be 299. Now option D, value ranges from 50 to 108. So your range will be again highest minus lowest, that is 108 minus 50. So it is 58, right? E equals to 3. Confidence interval equals to 88%. So alpha will be 0.212 divided by 2. So it is 0.06. Then Z value 0.5 minus 0.06. So it is 1.555 or just 55 or 56. Then population standard deviation 1 by 4 into range. So 1 by 4 into range is 58. So your population standard deviation is 14.5. Now n equals to Z square into population variance upon E square. So Z square is 1.555 raised to 2 into population variance 14.5 raised to 2 divided with 3 raised to 2. So 56.5. So it will be 57. Now sum number 8.41, determine the sample size necessary to estimate the P for the following information. Right? 4 options are given. You have to solve one by one. 8.41, option A, E equals to 0.01, P is approximately 0.42, 96% is your confidence interval. It means your alpha will be 0.04, right? Then you will divide by 2, so it is 0.02. Then 0.5 minus 0.02, so it is 0.48. Then you will check in the reverse order, so your value will be 2.05. Now formula will be changed because P is given, not the standard deviation is given. So n equals to Z square into P into Q upon E square, right? Your Z square is 2.05 whole square, your P 0.42, Q will be 0.58 because 1 minus P upon E, that is 0.01 whole square. So your answer will be 10237.29. As the sample cannot be in the fraction, answer will be 10237. Then option B, E value 0.03, P is unknown, right? Whenever, remember one thing, whenever P is not given, you will assume it as a 0.50, right? 50-50, P will be 0.50, Q also will be 0.50. Confidence interval is 95%. So alpha will be 0.05 divided with 2, so it is 0.025. Then you will deduct it from the 0.5. So reverse value, whatever comes, you will check in the table. So your Z will be 1.96. Now n equals to Z square into P into Q upon E square. So your Z square is 1.96 whole square, P will be 0.50, Q will be 0.50, and E square will be 0.03 whole square, right? So your answer will be 1067. Option C, E 0.04, 4%, P is 0.44, confidence interval is 90%. It means alpha will be 0.10 divided by 2, 0.05, 0.5 minus 0.05, reverse value come, and you will check in the table. It will be 1.645. Again n into Z square into P into Q upon E square. So your Z square is 1.645 whole square, your P is 0.44, Q will be 0.56 upon E square 0.04 whole square. So 416.72, but it cannot be in the fraction, so 417 will be your answer. Next option D, E is to be not more than 0.02, so it will be 0.02. Again p is unknown, so it will be 0.50. 99% confidence interval, it means alpha will be 0.01 divided with 0.005, 0.5 માંથી માઇનસ કરી રિવર્સ વેલ્યુ જે આવે એને ચેક કરવાની ટેબલમાં. સો 2.575. 9 n equals to z square into p into q upon e square. So z square is 2.575 whole square into 0.50 into 0.50 upon e square 0.02 whole square. So your answer will be 4145. Right? Sum number 8.42. Now see sum number 8.42. A bank officer wants to determine the amount of the average total monthly deposits per customer at the bank. He believes the estimate of this average amount using the confidence interval is sufficient. How large the sample should be taken to be within 200 of the actual average with the 99% confidence. So confidence interval is 99. Error E equals to 200. He assumes the standard deviation of the total monthly deposits for all the customers is about 1000. So E will be 200, standard deviation 1000, 99% confidence interval, right? So alpha will be 0.01 divided by 2, 0.05, 005. डिडक्ट करो 0.5 માંથી જે રિવર્સ જે વેલ્યુ આવે ને રિવર્સ ચેક કરો. સો 2.575, right? 2.575, right? Then n equals to z square into population variance upon e square. So your z square is 2.575 whole square into 1000 whole square upon 200 whole square. So your answer will be 165.77, but sample cannot be in the fraction, so your answer will be 166. Sum number 8.43. Suppose you have been following a particular airline stock for many years. You are interested in determining the average daily prices of this stock in the 10-year period, and you have access to the stock reports for these years. However, you do not want to average all the daily prices over the 10 years because there are several thousand data points. You decide to take the random sample of the daily prices and estimate the average. You want to be 90% confident of your result. You want the estimate to be within 3 to the true average, and you believe the standard deviation of the price is about 10.50 over the period of time. How large a sample should be taken? So 8.43. Error value, that is 3. Population standard deviation 10.50, that is already given in the data, right? Confidence interval is 90%. It means your alpha will be 0.10 divided by 2, 0.05, 0.5 માંથી માઇનસ કરી રિવર્સ વેલ્યુ ચેક કરો 1.645. n equals to z square into population variance upon e square. So z value is 1.645 raised to 2 into 10.50 raised to 2 divided by 3 raised to 2. So your answer will be 34. A group of investors wants to develop a chain of fast food restaurants. In determining the potential cost for each facility, they must consider among the other expenses the average monthly electric bill. They decide to sample the small fast food restaurant currently operating to estimate the monthly cost of electricity. They want to be 90% confidence of the result and want the error to the interval estimate is not to be 100. The estimate of such bills ranges from 600 to 2500. How long the sample should be taken? So here range is given again, so formula will be little bit changed. So E equals to 100. Your range will be 2500 minus 600, so it is 1900. From that value you can find the population standard deviation 1 upon 4 into range. So 1 upon 4 into 1900. So your range will be, population standard deviation will be 475. Now they are 90% sure, that is confidence interval. So alpha will be 0.10 divided by 2, 0.05, 0.5 માંથી માઇનસ કરો જે આવે વેલ્યુ અને રિવર્સ ચેક કરો. સો અગેન યોર z value will be 1.645. right. Now formula n equals to z square into population variance upon e square. So z square is 1.645 raised to 2, 475 raised to 2 upon 100 raised to 2. So your answer is 61.05, but it should not be in the fraction, so it should be 62. Now 8.45. Sum number 8.45. Suppose the production facility purchases a particular component part in the large lots from the supplier. The production manager wants to estimate the proportion of defective parts received from this supplier. She believes the proportion of defective is not more than 0.20. Small p is given, right? And he wants to be within 0.02. That is your E. Defective parts 90% confidence interval. How large the sample should she take? So P equals to 0.20. So Q will be 0.80. right. Then what next is given, that is E, that is 0.02. confidence interval 90%. So alpha will be 0.10 divided by 2, 0.05, 0.5 માંથી માઇનસ કરો, રિવર્સ વેલ્યુ ચેક કરો. So z value will be 1.645. n equals to z square into p into q upon e square. Z square is 1.645 raised to 2 into 0.20 into 0.80 upon 0.02 whole square. So your answer is 1082.41. So fraction will be avoid, sample will be 1083. Sum number 8.46. What proportion of secretaries of Fortune 500 companies have a personal computer at his or her workstation? You want to answer this question by conducting the random survey. How large the sample should you take? If you want to be 95% confident of the result, you want the error of confidence interval is not more than 0.05. No one has any idea what the proportion actually is. Proportion is not given, so obviously we will take it as a 0.50. So P will be 0.50, Q also will be 0.50. Error term is 0.05. Confidence interval is 0.95%. 95%, right? So your alpha will be 0.05 divided by 2. So 0.025, 0.5 માંથી માઇનસ કરો જે વેલ્યુ આવે ને રિવર્સ ચેક કરો. So it will be 1.96. n equals to z square into p into q upon e square. So 1.96 whole square into 0.50 upon 0.05 whole square. So your answer will be 384.16, but fraction will be avoided and answer will be 385. Now the last sum number 8.47. What proportion of shoppers at the large appliances store actually makes the large ticket purchase? To estimate this proportion within 10% and be 95% confidence of result, how large the sample should be take? Assume you have no idea what proportion of all the shoppers actually make the large ticket purchase. So proportion is unknown, so it will be 0.50 again. So 8.47. E will be 0.10, P will be 0.50, so Q also will be 0.50. 95% confidence interval alpha 0.05 divided by 2, 0.025, 0.5 માંથી માઇનસ કરો જે વેલ્યુ આવે ને રિવર્સ ચેક કરો. So 1.96. n equals to z square into p into q upon e square. So 1.96 whole square, 0.50, 0.50, upon e square will be 0.10 whole square. So your answer will be 96.04, but again it should be in the full manner, so it will be 97.